Hello and welcome to this short glute and hip power, stability and mobility class. We all need strong glutes and stable hips with a good range of mobility, so this is going to be great for everybody. If you're a runner, these three elements are vital to your posture, your running technique, and therefore your efficiency and your power. So if you are a runner, be sure to also sign up for my Strong Runner series, that free workshop series. The link is just below. And if you want to focus more on this area of strength and mobility around the hips, I have a full-length class. I'll also put that link just below as well. We don't need anything. If you have a mat there, come and stand towards the top end of it. Now stand with your feet hip width. Just glance down at your feet, just check that they are pointing forward. So we've got our hip bones, and then our knees, then our ankles. Spread the toes if you can. Now bend your knees, hands to the hips, looking forwards. Press your feet down into the floor. And as you press them down, also imagine that you want to draw the feet apart. And that should help you to engage these muscles around here. So you should feel those fire up. Now keep that switched on, hands to the hips. Let's come up to stand by pushing into the feet and then bend the knees once more. Coming all the way up and exhale, coming down. So very simple movements, these chair lifts, but with a lot of resistance. The legs and the hips should really be working a lot here. Forming that connection between the feet on the ground and the glute muscles all the way up here around the hips, and therefore stabilizing the knees and the ankles in between. Just doing a few of these might become quite tiring, but they're a great way to identify these external hip rotating muscles, these glute muscles here, which play a big role in stabilizing our pelvis and therefore the health of the knees. Okay, relax, fold forwards, bend the knees. So keep the knees bent as much as you like. You could sway gently side to side as you fold. And then take the hands up onto the thighs. Inhale, coming halfway up. And all the way up. Bend the knees once more. Come back to that chair position, this time with the hands in front of your chest. So roll the shoulders back here as you press the hands in. Press the feet down just like we did before. Imagine you want to draw them apart. Set your gaze forwards. Spine is long, so belly is gently cinching in. Now keep that, lift your right heel up. And then ever so lightly tap your right toes off to the side. Tap the toes back in the center. And then directly back behind you. Back to the center. Off to the side, center, back behind. Now keep going. And as you go, try and minimize the movement everywhere else. So our bouncing leg is standing strong and stable there as that bouncing foot presses down. Our hip muscles, including the glutes, are stabilizing our pelvis so that this other leg can move freely, independently. Okay, back to the center, coming to stand. That balancing leg should feel considerably more tired than the other one. And then we'll come on to the second side. Back to that starting chair position, hands to the chest, shoulders back. Belly just in slightly to support our lower back as we're here. Press the feet, draw them apart, lift the left heel. Slowly, without moving anything else, tap the toes to the side, then back to the center, and then back behind. Go at your own pace. Not too slow, not too fast. And just notice the stability of this bouncing leg. Hopefully the foot, ankle, knee, and hip is not moving. If it is, that's okay, just practice. And check out my other classes on foot strength, leg strength, and balance. Good, and back to the center, standing. Now, hopefully, the legs and the hips feel a bit more even. Folding forwards just here briefly once more. Slide the hands to the thighs, come partway up. Okay, from here, hands to the chest, back to our chair. Lift the right heel, step the right toes all the way back. And then bring the chest up to look forward. So we come to this high lunge position. Hands can either stay in the front of the chest or on the hips. Start to bend and drop the back knee. So it comes to a hover a few inches above the floor. Now push into both feet to lift the hips and the thigh back up. Extend the chest partway forwards. Center, lower the knee. Push to lift and extend the heart forwards. So keep going with a few more here. Again, our front leg doesn't want to move. So we're going to be firmly pressing the foot down. I'd also like you to think about hugging this front hip back. That is going to help you to switch on the glutes, which helps us to stabilize our pelvis in the center. Just one or two more here. And then stepping forwards to the top, pausing. Now, obviously, there's a lot more involved in those movements. Also great for flexibility of the hip flexors here. But great for our focus today of strength, stability, and mobility. Let's do the second side. Chair. Set the left toes all the way back. Looking forwards, drop the knee. Coming up and forwards. Now try not to go too quickly. Try not to blend these movements together too much. But also we want to challenge ourselves. We want to actually create some resistance. So really pressing the feet down, hugging that front hip back, and imagining that we're moving through honey or mud or something so that those movements do slow down and we become much more aware of the muscular engagement required. All right, so I'm just going to do last one here. Step to the top. And when you're ready there, widen the feet. Come down to an easy squat. And then coming to take a seat. Just to finish off briefly, crossing the legs, fingertips forwards, lifting your chest. Just leaning forwards, just like this, or working the hands out away from you in front. Taking a few breaths. And switching legs. Cross them over the other way around. Doesn't matter how far you can fold forwards here, but traction the hands against your mat to help lift the chest forwards. And there you are, so hopefully nicely warmed up. Perhaps you want to continue with a longer full length class just now, or maybe you're done for today, in which case you could stay there in that seated pose for a little bit longer. Let me know how you get on. Let me know your questions just below. Also, find those two links that I mentioned earlier on, the link to the workshop series, The Strong Runner, and to a fuller, longer length class on this topic of glute power and hip stability and mobility. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.